Hey everyone, hope you all are doing great and safe at your end. Welcome to yet another live stream from Hackon 2.0. And for today's session, we have someone really very special. Let's talk about what are we going to cover in this session. So you'll be learning about some basic concepts of blockchain, how things work, and how one can use QuickNode to make the blockchain journey much simpler. And with that being said, let me introduce you all to our speaker for this session. We have Sahil Sen joining us. Sahil is a developer evangelist at QuickNode and has been working with communities for more than 2 years now. We welcome you, Sahil, and look forward to your talk. The virtual stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Siddharth, and thank you so much, the whole Hackathon team, for having me here. So, yeah, as Siddharth said, I'm Sahil Sen. I work with QuickNode as a developer evangelist, and I help QuickNode with their community efforts, like helping developers more, getting more acquainted with blockchain and using QuickNode, and they're using QuickNode in their applications and stuff like that. So today I'll be talking about what Web3 is, how you can use blockchain, and how you can leverage QuickNode API to get simpler access to blockchain and get simpler access to blockchain data. Okay, so let's get started. So let me quickly share my screen.
Sure, go ahead. I'll just quickly bring that up.
Okay,
Perfect.
so my today's topic will be Web3 is a cake. So let's first talk about Web3. What Web3 is. So Web3 is basically the next generation of internet, which is decentralized internet. And you might like now you might ask, like, what's the role of blockchain in Web3 or the new generation of the internet? So when we talk about decentralization, the first and foremost thing that comes to our mind is blockchain, because decentralized and blockchain go hand to hand. You cannot have decentralization or complete decentralization without using blockchain, because blockchain's first and foremost principle is decentralization. So what is decentralization? So decentralization is a concept where a central entity is not in the control of the system. For example, when we talk about centralized systems such as cloud providers or server providers, they are centralized entity. But in blockchain, we don't have centralized entity. The whole system is controlled by its peers or the users who are on the network or who are running their nodes. So let's see what blockchain is. So what is blockchain? So blockchain is basically a network of databases on multiple computers distributed all around the world. I'll simply explain like further after the slide. In a blockchain, every computer on the network has a copy of previous transaction. Each block contains a timestamp and a link to the previous block. So they actually form a chain, and block contains information depending on the type of blockchain. So the concept of blockchain first came into existence after the Bitcoin protocol was launched by Satoshi Nakamoto, and it was launched or first being used as a financial system, decentralized financial system, where a central authority or a central reserve bank or a central federal bank uh, doesn't have their authority or doesn't have their control over the whole financial system. So you might see that all of the countries have their dedicated or their central banks or their federal banks which control economy of that particular country. So in blockchain, that complete idea of centralized authority is removed. The whole blockchain network is controlled by its peers or by its users. So in blockchain, there are these different nodes running the copy of that particular blockchain. So let me simplify this a bit further for you. So you can consider blockchain as a big shared ledger. Ledger can be like a book or something. So you can consider blockchain as a big shared ledger. Every piece of information which is there on the ledger is shared by every node running that blockchain. So what is a node now? So node can be any computer or any system or any person with a computer and internet access running that copy of blockchain on their side. So whenever a transaction or yeah, whenever a transaction takes place on that blockchain, that shared ledger is updated with that transaction, and then that shared ledger is broadcasted throughout the network, and each and every node or each and every system running that blockchain has that updated copy of the ledger. So that is blockchain in the most simplest and basic form. But blockchain is not just limited to financial transactions, or like not just limited to financial transactions or just to Bitcoin protocol. But there are a lot of other blockchains like Ethereum, BSC.
I guess there's some network issues from Sahil line. Let's wait for a few moments for him to join in once again with us. Meanwhile, I can see the chats. There are a number of people joining us. Feel free to introduce yourself to our audience here as well. Thanks a lot, everyone, for joining in. I'll just check with Sahil if everything is all right from his end. All right. No worries. He have dropped off from the streaming platform, but will be beginning very soon. Be joining us once again. I suppose he has joined us. Let me check. Hi, Sahil.
Right, not to worry.
No worries at all. Are you sharing your
Yeah,
screen?
so Yeah, so as I was saying that smart contracts are these programmable contracts. They have these different set of instructions. So whenever these instructions are met, then the smart contract is executed and we get the desired output. So Ethereum has this functionality. Using the smart contract functionality of Ethereum blockchain, we can make different decentralized applications and deploy them on Ethereum. So now you may ask how QuickNode helps us to deploy smart contracts or to get information from those smart contracts. So what QuickNode does is it gives you access to these blockchains via their nodes. So QuickNode has different nodes deployed all over the world. We support Ethereum, BSC, which is Binance Smart Chain, Bitcoin Network, XDAI Network, Polygon, which was previously called as Matic Network. So we have different nodes for these blockchains. We support these blockchains, and if you want to work with any of these blockchain, you can use QuickNode's node, and get data from this blockchain and work with that data. And nodes usually require a lot of time to launch because you have to sync the whole blockchain onto your machine or onto your hardware. And after that, you'll also have to maintain that because nodes can get out of sync pretty easily. But QuickNode does all that job for you. So you can simply launch a node which is synced to the latest block within few clicks. And as I said, we have a global network of nodes, so you get the data pretty easily, and you get your data broadcasted to the whole blockchain network very easily. And we using our graphic interface, like using our node management tool, you can simply view your metrics, you can simply manage your security, like you can simply use our metrics tab on the node dashboard to view which type of calls you have made the most, and if you encountered any errors or anything like that. And QuickNode also provides educational resources for Web3. So we believe that lot each and every developers moving forward should learn blockchain and should learn Web3, because blockchain is the future and it's picking up very fast. So we are very encouraging and we are very supportive of Web3. So we time to time we try to publish new Web3 guides to help new developers or to help old developers get like really acquainted or get really familiar with blockchains. And recently, we have also started our YouTube channel. So we'll be posting a lot of tutorial videos on that too, which I'll talk about later in the video. And so now, Let's see how you can use QuickNode actually. So I have this. Okay, so let me share my screen again, and I'll show you how to make a block explorer using QuickNode. All right. So this is a block explorer which is used, which is using a which is using a QuickNode node, and it shows the blockchain data from the Ethereum blockchain. Now you may ask that what is a block explorer? So block explorer helps you to get or to view data from the blockchain. You can see latest blocks, you can see the transactions in the latest block, you can see the total number of gas used in that latest block, and you can also see the timestamp at which that block was mined. So I'll quickly show you a demo of this block explorer. You can fork this repo, and it is open source. You can fork this repo, make some changes, and try out new things. So I'll quickly fork this repo. I'll, I'll quickly clone this locally. Okay, so it's cloned. So it is right here. Okay, so I'll open it with my code editor so that I can explain you the code. All right. So you don't whenever you clone or fork this repo, you don't need to do much. So there's just one file and assets file, which is this folder images, which is the QuickNode logo. You just have to edit this line, which says the line number 78, which says add your QuickNode URL here, or else every other thing in the code remains the same because it's pretty simple. It's just getting the block number, block hash, timestamp, which is the time at which that block was mined, gas used, which is the total number of gas which was used in that block. Now, I'm pretty sure I didn't explain what gas is. So you can imagine the whole Ethereum blockchain as a global computer. So a lot of processing gets done on this global computer, and the nodes which are running on this blockchain or which are running this blockchain can be imagined as the resources of this global computer. So and whenever you are doing a write transaction or whenever you are modifying any kind of data on the Ethereum blockchain, you are using some kind of resources on this global computer, right? So you have to pay some processing fee for using the resources of this computer, which is measured in a unit called gas. So gas is measured on the number on the complexity of the instruction you are sending on or the complexity of the method you are sending to the blockchain. So it is measured in the unit called gas, and there's some particular fee associated to that unit, which is called gas fee. So this particular thing will display the total number of gas fee which was paid in that block for different number of transactions. So let me quickly explain this code. This is pretty this is pretty standard boilerplate HTML code, which just gets this style sheet, bootstrap style sheet, and this the title QuickNode Explorer. These are pretty standard and normal CSS. We are importing a jQuery over here. We are also importing Web3 over here. So Web3 is so yeah. Now this is the important part over here. So we are importing Web3 over here, Web3.js to be specific. So Web3.js is the library which helps you query the Ethereum blockchain easily using JavaScript. So Web3.js is a JavaScript interface for Ethereum, Ethereum API. And over here, we are we are supplying our node, which we'll be doing like later. And over here, we are initializing our Web3 provider. which is HTTP. We'll be using an HTTP endpoint. So QuickNode provides these two endpoints, HTTP and WebSocket endpoint. So we'll be using our HTTP endpoint over here. And then over here on line 81, we are making a get block number call. So what a get block number call does is it will get the latest block of the blockchain, which is which is the latest blockchain and which was mined recently. It will get that block. And here we are running a for loop with, like it says that if I is equal to 0 and I is less than 10 and I plus plus. So what this will do is it will get the latest block, and then it will get past 10 blocks from the latest blocks. So we are using get block call over here to get that block. So what get block call does is it will get that block and you can query any kind of information from that block. It will get the whole block. So this is right here. And we are mentioning a variable called number over here. And you inquiring block number call. So it will get the block number of that block. And this is the hash. It will get the block hash of that call. So every kind of data on Ethereum blockchain or I will say any kind of blockchain is mostly encoded in this hash. There are these different kind of hashing algorithms and security algorithm, encryption algorithm, which goes behind the hashing of this data, because the data on the blockchain has to be secure. And this is the timestamp. As I said earlier, the timestamp is the time at which that block was mined. And this is gas. So it's the total number of gas which was used in that block. And this right here script, it's the you'll see it's just for like UI purposes. It's just for making the blockchain or the QuickNode Explorer a bit beautiful. Okay, so now let me go to QuickNode and simply grab an endpoint. So whenever you log into QuickNode, you'll see a dashboard similar to this, but you might not have these many nodes in the starting, because you will have to create one node. So you can just go to this tab, create node, select any plan. So I am assuming most of you are students, so I'll recommend launch plan, because with launch plan you'll get 7 days of free trial. You won't be charged anything during that 7 days of free trial period. You can use your node for free for 7 days. So select launch plan, select any of the chain you want to work with. We have Ethereum, Bitcoin, XDAI, Polygon, Binance Smart Chain, and Optimism. And select your network. So this is mainnet, and these over here are test networks. So almost every blockchain has a mainnet and has a testnet. Ethereum has more than one. So what a testnet does is it provides you a development environment to test your applications, to make your applications more robust before launching them to the actual blockchain network or to the main blockchain network. As I mentioned, that to do any kind of transaction or to write any kind of data on the blockchain, you need to pay some gas fee, right? So if you're testing your app on the main network and you pay gas fee for writing any kind of data on the blockchain, it can be quite expensive during the development of that application. So for that purpose, these test networks have been developed. You can use these test networks to develop your application, to test your applications. And these test networks doesn't use the actual currency or the actual gas, because on if you're developing on the Ethereum mainnet, you pay gas in ether, in very small, in the smallest unit of ether, which is called way. You pay gas in that, so which cannot be efficient in your development. So we use test networks. So select any of the network, your desired network. We select any of the add-on. We have trace add-on, we have webhook add-on, we have archive add-on. So trace add-on helps you debug your smart contract calls and your transactions. Event webhook add-ons can be used to add webhooks to your smart contract events. So as I mentioned earlier, that smart contracts have these series of instructions. So whenever these instructions are met, smart contracts give you the desired output, right? So with that desired output, you can also have an event emitted which will notify you that that particular instruction has been executed. So using this add-on, you can put a webhook on that event, so and use it in your front end or any kind of application. So using event webhook add-on, we can get notified about that particular smart contract event to get emitted. And we there is this archive add-on. So what archive add-on does is, so we run full nodes for blockchains. So on full nodes, you get access to the latest block plus 128 blocks past the latest block, from the latest block, which are previous to the latest block. But to access the blocks previous to that, or to access more historical or more older blocks, so you have to use this archive add-on. By using the archive add-on, you'll get access till the Genesis block. Yeah. So simply add any of the add-on and then continue to billing. You just have to you put your card details for the authentication purposes. We ask for card details to prevent abuse of the platform. You won't be charged anything for 7 days if you're on the launch plan. So yeah, that's there. So now quickly let's see how QuickNode Explorer works. So let's go back to the notes section. I'll quickly grab an Ethereum node, grab the Ethereum node's HTTP URL, and replace this text over here. Add your QuickNode URL here with my HTTP URL. Save it, and I just need to run this file now. So as you can see, the data will load in some time. Hold on. Let me try to get another. So as I mentioned that this is the field which will show the block numbers. So we had 10 latest block numbers. It will show 10 latest block numbers. This is the field which will show the hashes of those blocks. This is the field which will show the total amount of gas which was used in that block, and this is the column which will show the timestamp of the time when that particular block was mined. Okay, so I've got another node now. Maybe that particular node isn't functional now anymore. Okay, so I'll simply replace this node with the new node I got. And let's see. I'll reload this. Okay, so as you can see, so it's pretty clear that previous node was not functional and this node is. So you saw that, right? So the data was so fast when the node is functional, because that particular node probably might have been expired. So the data is really fast. So this is the real-time data which we got from the blockchain, right? So as you can see, the blocks are these are the 10 latest blocks. These are those blocks is hash, which is the encrypted hash. This is the total amount of gas used in this particular block. It's not in ether. Don't be scared by looking at such a large number. It's in Wei, which is the smallest unit of ether. And this is the timestamp at which this particular block was mined. And yeah, that's it. Like, it's that simple. You just have to replace a line of code with your QuickNode URL, and that is it. You get access to the blockchain instantly. And now let me show you a really cool tool made by QuickNode's team called Etherflow. Using Etherflow, you can get access to you can have access to blockchain. You can make calls to blockchain, and you can also get the sample code for that particular call which you are making to the blockchain. So I'll simply paste my URL over here. I will go to this section where I can select between two libraries, which is Web3.js, which we also used in our QuickNode Explorer. The other one is Ethers.js. So you can select any of them. So I'll select Web3.js, and these are the different calls which you can make using Etherflow. So Etherflow makes it easier for you to understand how these different calls work and what kind of output you can expect from these calls or by making these calls. So we'll simply make a really simple block number call, which we also used in our QuickNode Explorer. So you just have to click here, send request to node, and the node will give you an output, something like this. You see over here, node's response, and this number over here is the latest block on Ethereum blockchain. You can, and if you want to use this particular call, which is ETH block number, you want to make this call in your application, or you want to use this call via code, you can simply click here and view sample code, and you'll get the sample code for this call. You don't even have to paste your node URL in here. It's already there, as you can see over here. So yeah, you can copy this and like paste it in your code editor and get started building. So yeah, this that is how simple it is to use QuickNode with your blockchain applications. Yeah, this was the output of our QuickNode Explorer. And this is the Etherflow. This is the URL for Etherflow, etherflow.quicknode.io. We have recently shifted from quicknode.io to quicknode.com, and we will be doing that soon for Etherflow too. So yeah, that is it from my side. Thank you so much for listening. And if you have any doubt or any kind of questions, in if you're building something on blockchain, if you are having or facing some problems, if you're stuck somewhere, you can simply like hop into our Discord server, paste your query there, and either me or any other developers which are there in the Discord server will help you. Will simply sort you out with that query with a solution. So in our Discord server, there are a lot of experienced Web3 developers, experienced blockchain developers who always are eager and are supportive to each other, and they always help out each other. We also have a guides section where we post regular guides for where we post regular guides for developers to understand more blockchain, to get better understanding of blockchain, to get more familiar with Web3, to understand different concepts of blockchain. You can simply go to quicknode.com/guides, and you'll see these different sections for Web3 SDKs, DeFi, which is decentralized finance, which is quite popular. And this is the section for Solidity. So I mentioned smart contracts, right? So Solidity is the language which is used to write smart contracts. It is quite similar to JavaScript and C++. Its syntax is quite similar to JavaScript and C++. It is very useful language, and I will highly recommend like the new developers or the young developers to learn Solidity, because first, it is very useful. It is used to write smart contracts, which are very powerful and useful. And if you want to learn Ethereum development, Solidity is a must. This is the infrastructure section where you can learn how to launch your own nodes. And this is the knowledge base section. This is Viper. Viper is another language to write smart contracts. It is quite similar. It is derived from Python, and it has syntax similar to Python, but it is pretty new and in experimental and in development phases as compared to Solidity. Solidity is the original language for writing smart contracts. So, and we also have a blog section where we where we post new articles about the developments in the Web3 ecosystem, in the blockchain ecosystem, and the things which are new with QuickNode. So I guess yeah, that is it from my side. And if you have any questions, you can simply ask me.
Yes, absolutely. Feel free to ask any questions you might have in the live chat. And yes, thanks for this amazing session, Sahil. It was wonderful hearing once again from you after a long time.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
mean,
and
it was a ple-
mhm.
yeah, it
Go
was a
on, go on.
pleasure coming here, and thank you so much, Hackon team, and thank you so much, Siddharth. Like you guys might not know, but me and Siddharth have like me and Siddharth have known each other for quite a long time. We have organized a lot of hackathons like together, and yeah,
Definitely, that's altogether different journey. We can definitely talk about for hours on that. And yes, thanks once again for joining us. It was a great session. And uh, would you like to suggest anything to our hackers as well participating in the hackathon, how they can take most out of it? Meanwhile, if you have any questions in the chat, feel free to drop your questions down.
yeah. I would suggest that if you are developing on blockchain, and if you need any help with your nodes, and if you need any help with even your code, so simply I'll be joining the Hackon's Discord. Simply tag me or simply reach out to me. I'll be happy to help.
Yes, I guess we can create a Ask QuickNote channel in our Discord as well, where they can reach out to you.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'll be. I mean, I practically stay online on Discord all the day, so it shouldn't be any problem.
Definitely. I can't see any questions coming right now, but still, if in case you have any questions, feel free to tag Sahil in the Discord as well. He'll be joining our Discord,
Yeah,
and there will be also
definitely,
one channel called Ask Quick Notes, so maybe you can ping him there as well, with respect to
definitely.
any of the other
Yeah,
queries.
yeah.
And
I'll
also
also
one more
share.
thing, yes, I
No,
was
no, go on.
about to say the same. That
No,
feel
go
free
on.
to share all the relevant links, like with respect to
Yeah,
PPT, GitHub repo, or anything else in the channel as well.
definitely, definitely. I'll share the link to these slides. I'll share a link to the QuickNode Explorer, to Etherflow, to the guide section of our websites, and yes. So if you're developing on blockchain, you should definitely use Etherflow to understand how different RPC calls work on on Ethereum network, or on LV, or any other Ethereum version machine based chain. Yeah, that is it
Definitely.
from my side.
Yep. Thanks a lot, Sal, once again. And for all the people joining in, make sure you are filling out the participation certificate form so you can uh, get the certificate as well. And make sure you are adding what you learned out of the session as well. And don't forget to register for Hackon if you haven't yet. All the links are shared in the live chat. Make sure you have joined our Discord as well at the same time. And once again, hope to see everyone in the next upcoming sessions. We have a great speaker lineup coming very soon. And stay safe. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye bye, everyone.